Welcome back to Restos for episode I don't even have a clue on the Capri. But it's on the Capri, that's the main thing. So, what are we doing? Well, we have an engine. We have a Capri. Can we have an engine in a Capri? That's this episode's goal, I think. So those of you who watched the last episode will remember I had to order up a few bits to finish off a few bits on the engine. Like the filter for this one, which I'm not even sure if it's arrived. I don't know where it is, to be honest, so oh well. Repaired a plug for that one. Got to put a barb in here in a minute to put the crankcase breather back into the intake. So we can do that. And then we've got to put some heat wrap on the manifolds here. Obviously, they're quite tight in the car, so it'd be nice to give a bit of protection. But also, it's because these are just mild steel welds, so they're going to rust. So I'll just cover them up for now. Someone did kindly send me what OEM manifolds actually sort of fit here and have a nice spout at the backwards. So in the future, I can ideally change to the Mercedes manifolds or some aftermarket ones and then build the exhaust off there. But as you who've been following this build know, we are just using at the minute the a chopped up Capri 2.8 Sportex system on it, which I had from the Cosworth and the Cosworth twin turbo and all that. So, well, that is more than adequate. One day a nice stainless exhaust would be the goal. But talking of goals, this in there. What else do we need to do? I think now the bay, I could do a route and some coolant pipes and such through properly, really, but I can't remember where they're going to go. But once I've got the engine in, I'll struggle to drill the holes. Oh, I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll make it work. So I think we're just going to get the engine in and go for it, really. The rest of it's all in there. I think I've got to tighten up the bolts on the steering shaft still, from memory. That will be a good one to check over, really. Bolt the engine mounts back in there. And I think it should be able to go in. I hope. There's still a few minor oil leaks on it, but it's fine for now. So I'm going to shut up. I'm going to quickly prep the rest of this engine, and then we're going to put that and the gearbox back in there and continue rebuilding the car, really. It'd be nice this weekend to get it running and driving again, but I'm not going to rush to that. We'll see how it goes. You know, I'm not chucking it in to make it work again. It's going in to ideally stay in for a while. So we'll see how that goes. But it'd be nice to be sort of driving it again this weekend. That'd be cool. Oh, and I didn't like the last brake reservoir for the clutch fluid reservoir. It was too small. You had to put in like a teaspoon at a time. So this one is much bigger. So that will help us with bleeding it by far. And actually, I'm not sure it's got a thread on it or not. It's screwed down. A new cap for the brake fluid reservoir. Just because I don't need a sensor in that one. So it's just sitting there wasted. So I thought if I put a new cap on it, it would tidy it up. We've got to make a bonnet release cable. Yeah, and I think the rest of the parts are lying around, so let's find some motivation and let's get that beautiful engine sat in there for the first time with a new paint. Couple changes. Engine is now on a stand. Heat wrapped the manifolds, or the parts that need to be heat wrapped. Fitted the little brass bung into the air filter cover. Bit of JBL to keep it tight and keep it sealed. Not that it needs to be sealed, to be honest, but just, yeah, it's only plastic it's going into. Ooh, repaired the plug for the idle control valve. I wanted to get a new hose to this, but actually it's not as simple as that, so that joint will have to stay for now, and then yeah, because I think it's two different sizes. It's 20mm that end, 16mm this end, and obviously we've got two bends to do, so yeah, oh well. So, oh, and I realised I went to go dig up my engine mounts, and there was actually a additional spacer I had to go behind the mounts, which I entirely forgot I'd done. So I'd take them off and put it back on again. So now it's ready for the mounts to go in on the cross member. Something like, depends what side's what, I forgot now. That or that, I think, from memory. So they'll go in there. Yeah, I'm sure it goes outside. So we'll bulk them up a minute. Use lock nuts and big washers. Get it ready to go. Hopefully get it in the right position. And then I can't see why we're not dropping the engine down. Can you guys see what's underneath here? You can see a bit. It's all looking very shiny and nice, to be honest. I just hope it all works. Oh. Bit of spare brake pipe. Might need that. So, without further delay, let's get these mounted in, get that engine back in that bay. What's happened since I last recorded? Wow, the engine's in. It's bolted in. All the shiny parts everywhere, looking damn good. So, that's all now in. Hopefully it's staying for a while. I'm not sure the gearbox got a leak, or whether I spilled something on it. I know my gearbox got a leak. Oh well, we'll deal with that another time. So, gearbox in, I've slightly modified my bracket here, and I still want to remake this rear bracket because I'm not happy with it, but it'll do for now. What I've done is I've made it a bit more adjustable because for some reason the engine was off by a few degrees. That's fine, so I still need to fix all the tunnel in here yet. I have sort of found out a rear support for the shifter as well. Not that it needs it currently, it's solid, but eventually I think of tearing on it, it could become a bit loose. So I need to sort out like a captive nut and out above, so I can have a bolt through here. But I built a bracket goes into rear bushes, so that's as factory-ish from Mercedes. Yeah, it's all back in. It's looking good. Now I'm not worried about doing the exhaust or the prop yet. I need to do the exhaust before we fire it up, obviously, because else it'll be horrifically loud. So what do I do next? I want to get the front lid back on, but I might do some reassembly in the next episode. So I reckon we pull it down and we start putting the radiator and all them kind of bits back in the engine bay. Maybe start looking at the fuel system. I've just ordered some studs so I can do the wiring. So I'm not going to do the wiring today, but obviously will be done this episode. So I reckon we should start on the fuel system, cooling system, and all that fun bits and bobs. So let's go. Right, I may need to put an age rating on this video now. That looks so good. I might be biased, but yes, that's beautiful in there. Just what I wanted. So obviously we're still going to put in a load of stuff yet, but I'm planning on keeping the bay as clean as possible and just having that as a centerpiece, just to upset people, really. So what next then? I best get the radiator mounted in a second. Well, get the brackets mounted. I did try the shock bar a minute ago, and obviously it fits because it used to fit, but I'm not keeping it. I'm going to make a new one because it was shaped for the Cosworth engine and it looks really stupid above that. So I'll buy some more steel and I'll build a new strut bar, just one that looks a bit prettier, really. So that's all good. I'm very happy with that. So what next? Well, I've got the brackets I made beforehand. I cannot remember what way around they go or what way they fit. That one is going to have to be that side. Yeah. So that goes like that. on there, and we've got one for the other side as well. And then, if I remember rightly, that GT40 radiator fits in very tightly between the two. I think that can go in. Why not? Sure, I can go in. Let's put it in. Every little piece of the puzzle just makes such a difference. So, radiator's bolted in, nice. Obviously we will be making the stainless cowls that go over this. Probably want this MOT'd, be easiest, because my mate's got a nice workshop with all the fabrication kit to make that up. And I've got all the stainless over there as it is anyway. So once on the road, probably take it up there and get it all done proper. So that'd be cool. What next? Well, as we started the plumbing, I guess we might as well finish the plumbing. Means that beautiful cover's going to come off in a second. So what we'll do, I did whack a tiny bit of paint badly on the expansion tank the other day. I don't want to use this one, it's crap. But I tried to find a better one, and I really can't find many options. It's quite... Maybe I ordered one from the USA, I'd have a load of options, but I don't seem to have many options at all in the UK for that. So we're going to have to keep it for now. So that we're going back here again. And they've got to drill the paint. Joys. And then obviously a hose is going to go from there on down around. Again, got to drill with paint, because I stupidly welded up the holes I'd previously drilled for the hoses, which was kind of silly. I should have really marked off holes that didn't need to be welded up. Oh well, I'm an idiot. We need to put a clamp here. I need to remove them clamps down there and replace them with something that's more suitably sized. I really don't like this bottom hose. I know it's not actually in it at the minute, but I don't like the fact it's made out of three. Actually, both these hoses are made out of 3 pieces because of all the different angles they have, the different sized ends they have. It's a bit of a pig, really, but there isn't much I can do about that. Not about getting like some kind of custom one-off hose built for it, which would cost obviously an arm and maybe 2 legs, and I'm not much use with just 1 arm left over, so I might have to stick with that for now. Unless I get something pretty to wrap around the hoses, it like kind of cover up all the fact that they're made out of 3 different hoses. I don't know, not sure yet. So we've got to run our 16mm hose around back to heater matrix. There's obviously one already behind there ready to connect up. That's then the coolant side of things done. Really simple in this engine. Well, it is now anyway. It used to have auxiliary water pumps and all sorts, but they're gone. Obviously that hose there is for our brake vacuum, so we can connect that up. Fuel system, we'll look at that in a minute. Get that in as well. Throttle cable, I hate doing that one, so I'll best do that in a minute. And then that should be our plumbing done. See, minus exhaust, but again, that's too fair. The exhaust is only a 10-minute job to put on anyway, so it's not a big issue. So, should I crack on? Oh, and obviously things like wash jets and all that, but that's all going to happen after it's running again. Get some motivation going. So let's knock out this cooling system now. I'm going to chuck you guys on time lapse again, and I'm going to have a bit of a play, and we're going to get some pipes in this thing. So, progress has been made, of course. We had one little hiccup, and that was that this pipe here, if you guys remember from the original version of this, used to come down here. Now, since doing all this, I gained some space, but I also lost some. It's too tight. Problem is, where the fitting is on the engine is just not friendly at all. Mercedes obviously had more space, and they made a custom hose that fitted in that tight space and the round out of the way, but I can't have that. So what I managed to do in the end was shorten the hose, get it up so it sits above this, so that the 45mm part isn't in between just the 32mm part, which then is now giving me, well, I want to pin it over, give me about 4mm clearance which should be fine to be honest, I found a stainless bit of pipe in my random stainless section, which is really useful. So it got rid of that extra joining pipe. That now runs around here. It's been clamped up to the engine up here, and ties back in there again. So this obviously is tied to the engine, so that the pipe here and the engine move together, so that it can't chafe. I have to keep an eye on it and work out, but there really is not many options here. It's tight. Yeah, the only could do is just pulling that just as touching the engine. We'll see. But there's no space above it. There's no space below it. So we'll see how it goes. But it's actually, I prefer that to what was there last time anyway. So it's another improvement. The top cooling system side is all done. I can show you that when the car's down again. But before we put the car down, let's work out the fuel system. So we have in here our return and our feed pipe from the tank. We've got here the fuel pressure regulator. Now, the Mercedes only has one line going to the fuel rail. It's like a deadhead system. So rather than go around the fuel rail and then regulator goes on the return, you actually put the regulator, you just sort of tee off. So fuel comes from the pump here in, that Y goes off to the engine, and that then pressurizes the fuel, and then this regulator bleeds off the excess pressure and sends it back to the tank. So there's no need for this to be in the engine bay. But if I put this in the engine bay, I've got to put all this pipe work in the engine bay as well. When we might as well just put the feed, the fuel rail feed, through into the inner arch here, mount this in here, where the fuel pipes are anyway, and leave it under there, because once it's set, you don't touch it anyway. So I think the idea is to make a stainless cowl in here, which I'm not going to do today, but I think we should mount it in here in a minute, get the fuel lines hooked back up. If I can remember which one's which, I can never remember what the feed and return is on this one. I know there's two different brands of hose here. Ah, yes. There's one with green writing, one with red writing. I'm pretty sure the red one is the high pressure line, and that one's the low pressure line. So, we'll work it out. But I think, let's just plumb that up now, and then that's the, short of the exhaust, that is the plumbing done. So fuel system's in. So obviously there will be a complete stainless guard built for all this to protect it. Fuel lines used to run through here anyway, so it's now just a case of I've got the connections in here and the regulator in here instead of the other side of the wall there, which I actually prefer, because if you did seem to spring a fuel leak, it's in there. It's not on the engine above the exhaust manifold. So I do prefer that. So yep, I like my decision. Oh, we got one more. 1 minute. Here we go. Yeah, that one's got to go in there. Actually, well, I might wait. Yes, that can wait until the engine's running, because we still got to find that potential air leak. So that can wait. And then this one here is the line for regulator, which should go. Should be a T-piece, I think, on here somewhere. There it is. That goes that T-piece. And that one there goes to ECU, which will be done alongside the wiring. So as I said, got a little clamp up there for that one. They're all mounted now. Down here, the bottom water pump feed one all clipped in place. These ones all put up in here. That unit mounted. Heater matrix hose goes back around to the heater matrix, both connected to the back. And the bottom one here, yeah, it's tight, but it's not gone that badly. I definitely prefer that to what was there before, so we'll stick with that for now. So overall, I think that's been fairly productive. So yes, I'm sorry, I think we're going to end the episode there. We've achieved a lot. Well, compared to when we started this episode, engine's in, and the bits at the back finished, gearbox is in, the whole cooling system's in, the fuel system's done. I think we've achieved quite a bit, to be honest, which is nice. Means we're getting very, very close now. Literally, it's a case now of connect the throttle cable, do up all the wiring, which is a few alterations to do to wiring in a minute. Just put the battery in charge. and then see if it works. I'm pretty sure there's no fuel in it, so I'm going to have to dig for you and see. Yeah, I'm hoping I've got a bit of fuel kicking around somewhere. I remember it running pretty much almost empty last time, so, but that's minor details, it's fine. So yeah, very happy. So you guys have been watching this build so far, you'll have seen this straight from being my old Capri with the Cosworth and me buying this Mercedes to, well, second engine later. This is where we're at now. We're getting so close. There's still lots to do in the car overall before I want to put it on the road, but the items are really ticking down now. So providing everything works in a minute, providing, well, I can't really finish off a drivetrain until it's on the road because I want to check the different speeds for vibrations and get the prop aligned perfectly. Yeah, we're getting so close now. We'll probably, next episode, we'll get it running, and then probably the episode after that will be reassembly of some bits left over, get it driving. Got to reassemble the interior, do the clutch, and all sorts like that to tidy up. Oh, we'll still got to do the whole front end as well. So yeah, in an episode we've got to put in, probably going for BMW E30 headlights, and then put in some LED halos in there as well, a bit different. So we've still got all the wiring to the front end, all the washer bottle system, horn, indicators, and all that, which is all going to be custom done through the inner wing. So there's a fair bit to do yet, but we're getting so close. Literally, the number of episodes on this now are counting down big time. And so far, what are we now? May. So hopefully, I've got a few weddings coming up again, but a few months' time, on the road, enjoying this thing for the summer, I'm hoping. That's the current plan, providing we have no disasters. Obviously, I'm hoping my sump fix worked. If it didn't work, engine has to come out again. I'm kind of wishing I'd done but resealed both plates now after all this work, but yeah, here's what it is. We'll crack on anyway. So, thank you very much for watching. See, if you haven't seen all the previous episodes, then why not jump back? There's a previous like 23 or 4 or something episodes on this one. There's all the other content on the Range Rover Classics, the L322s, the Mark II Golf Quick Build, various bits of content on this one. It was a twin turbo Cosworth. So I've got a fair bit on it. So why not jump back, drop the video a like if you liked it, subscribe obviously for plenty more. I'm not flying low, I've destroyed another pair of trousers. Whoops. So yeah, really look, I'll see you guys again next time. I've been Jordan, cheers.
Woo!